welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, January 23rd, 2020. I am Rochelle Baptiste with the details. Former Governor General Sir Frederick Ballentine passed away earlier today at his home at age 83. Sir Frederick died a mere few months after demitting office as SVG's longest-serving head of state.
Sir Frederick has often been described as a humble person who served SVG with distinction as head of state. He was the country's fifth and the longest-serving Governor General when he demitted office on July 31, 2019 for health reasons. The death of Sir Frederick has been described as a great loss to SVG. Speaking on NBC Radio today, current sitting Governor General Her Excellency Susan Duggan, who succeeded Sir Frederick, extended condolences to his loved ones. She noted that while persons will mourn Sir Frederick's death, his life should also be celebrated.
He was truly an outstanding nation builder who served with distinction as a medical doctor and with grace and dignity as Governor General for approximately 17 years. Vincentians from all walks of life have experienced his generosity, his selfless struggle to improve the lot of hundreds of persons with health challenges. Sir Frederick has left us a rich heritage, and history will record his outstanding contribution to humanity. While our nation recognizes a great loss, we are also celebrating his great life.
At her swearing ceremony, Sir Frederick spoke of his tenure as Governor General and wished the country well under Duggan's guidance.
As I exit the stage, I must say that it has been a great journey, bolstered by the country and the people who I love dearly, and all Vincentians who supported me.
Prior to assuming the position as Governor General, Sir Frederick, who is a cardiologist, played a critical role in the health sector after returning to SVG in 1971. He was Chief of Medicine at the Kingstown General Hospital, now the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. He lobbied for upgrades to the hospital and immunization in the country. He also served as the Chief Medical Officer for 7 years. Sir Frederick also pushed to have the World Pediatric Project come to SVG and making it a hub for the region.
This week, I'd like to personally thank WPP, my good friend Brian Klein, International Business Services and Caribbean Reference Lab. So together we raise the balance. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of those people who contribute so much over the years to WPP.
Last year, the Trinity Medical Sciences University dedicated and renamed its Learning Center in honor of Sir Frederick.
My personal goal and the goal of the university was that we're going to build one of the best medical schools.
Thank you so much for all you've done for this university. My personal relationship with you and all these people who adore you and thank you will cut this ribbon on your behalf.
2 weeks ago, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves announced at the Unity Labour Party's 24th annual convention that Sir Frederick was hospitalized and requested prayers for him. He spoke glowingly of Sir Frederick as a person and his contributions to SVG and the region. For SVG-TV News, Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.
Commenting on Sir Frederick's passing, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves told SVG-TV News via a telephone interview that the former Governor General will be accorded the full honors of a state funeral next week, Wednesday.
This morning, as soon as I learned of his passing, I called his daughter Melissa, and subsequently I spoke to his widow, contacted the Commissioner of Police and instructed that flags be flown at half-mast until the funeral, which will take place on Wednesday. You'd lie in state in the morning at 10 o'clock at the Parliament, and at 2 o'clock there's a funeral, the Methodist Church, 2 p.m. he would be accorded a state funeral with full honors.
Remembering Sir Frederick, the Prime Minister said he was a dear friend who served this country with dignity, noting that he last visited Sir Frederick on Sunday.
That of Sir Frederick Nathaniel Ballentine, immediate past Governor General, has been one of shock to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we are enveloped in a profound sadness. Sir Frederick was a great man, a patriot. He served with distinction as Governor General for a very long time. He was a brilliant medical practitioner, cardiac specialist. He was an astute businessman, an entrepreneur, a humanitarian, generous with his time and resources, always striving for a better St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have lost a great one. He was my dear friend, and he was my head of state. I last saw him on Sunday. We had a good discussion, and I shall remember him with love and caring.
And the Prime Minister said that the 2020 budget presentation, slated for Monday, January 27th, has been postponed to February 3rd to facilitate the state funeral for Sir Frederick.
As a result of the funeral arrangements, the budget session for next week in Parliament is being traversed to the following week. So instead of the budget being delivered on the 27th of January, it would be delivered on the 3rd of February, and the days following the debate on the budget will take place. We have to show respect and love for this man of humility and of rare quality, and thank Almighty God for lending him to us for over 80 years. May he rest in peace.
The management and staff of SVG Broadcasting Corporation extend sincere condolences to Sir Frederick family and friends. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment said it is monitoring the outbreak of the new coronavirus, which first appeared in China. The virus had spread since to other parts of the world, in which cases being reported in the United States and other countries. Overall, there have been more than 200 confirmed cases so far and 17 deaths. There has been no reported cases in SVG to date. A coronavirus belongs to a family of viruses that cause illnesses ranging from common cold to severe maladies, severe acute respiratory syndrome, with a type of coronavirus which broke out in Asia in 2003. A person who have contracted a coronavirus may exhibit the following symptoms: running nose, headache, cough, sore throat, fever, and a general feeling of being unwell. These viruses may sometimes cause lower respiratory tract infections, such as pneumonia and bronchitis. The elderly and persons with cardiopulmonary disease and weakened immune systems are mostly affected. The ministry is advising persons planning to travel to an affected area to be cautious, and if symptoms develop, to seek a medical practitioner, sharing details of their travel history. In other news, Minister of Finance Camila Gonzalez said this year's budget is ambitious but not impossible, and highlights the ambitious nature of the government. Wrapping up debate on the budget estimates 2020 in Parliament last evening, Minister Gonzalez said the government has achieved many of its ambitious targets designed to transform SVG. Commenting on criticisms leveled by the opposition, the finance minister says the government continues to do great things in relation to implementation.
And it will show that capital implementation in St. Vincent and the Grenadines went up over 50% year on year from 2018 to 2019. It went up from $98 million to $150 million. Well, something must have been done. Because the average spend is about high 90s annually. Sometimes you get a good year. Sometimes you get a bad year. Go back, all of them talking about implementation of capital budget. And I'll discuss it next week. I have the data here from the year 1990. They had years when they were implementing 22% of their capital budget, 19% of their capital budget. And here we are now, $150 million. And yes, we believe we can do better. Is it ambitious? Of course it's ambitious. You may even say it's audacious. But this is a government known for its ambition.
Responding to other criticisms about the lack of youth entrepreneurship, Minister Gonzalez said the government has set aside over $2 million under the Micro Enterprise Program to support youth entrepreneurship.
It will be a cash grant program, not a loan. It will be cash grants to young entrepreneurs. It is patterned, it is inspired by CARSIP, Honorable Prime Minister. But it doesn't have, it's not World Bank money, it's our money. But we have set aside $2.4 million. So when the young entrepreneur comes, and it's a simple form, it's a little one-page application, it will be administered by the same CED that the Honorable Member was discussing, the Honorable Leader of the Opposition, the CED in conjunction with Invest SVG. And a young man or woman might come, and he or she may say, I'm a barber, I'm a hairdresser, I need some equipment. I'm a tailor, I need some sewing machines. I'm a landscaper, I need a weed whacker and some tools and so on. And they will come to Prime and they will ask for a grant of anywhere between $2,000 and $40,000. And they will prime them up. And that is how we helping young entrepreneurs now.
In the estimates debate, the government was also accused of ignoring the needs of persons in the Grenadines, but Minister Gonzalez said the budget provisions say otherwise.
Terminal buildings in the airports of Bequia, Canouan and Union Island in the budget. The Canouan runway resurfacing, $2.8 million in the budget. The Mary Hutchinson School in Union Island in the budget. Bequia Community High in the budget. Bequia Technical Institute in the budget. New computers for the schools in Bequia and Union so that the children there can do the CXC exam by computer in the budget. Myro Solar Plant in the budget. Bequia Solar Plant in the budget. Bequia Satellite Warehouse in the budget. Salt Whistle Bay in the budget. Refurbish the clinics in Bequia, Myro and Union Island in the budget. Police substation in Myro in the budget. Canouan Coast Guard subbase in the budget. And so on and so on. The big water project, the desalination project in Bequia in the budget. This is a budget that shows the dedication of this government and understanding of this government in the Grenadines and the people of the Grenadines. The budget is full of projects for the Northern and Southern Grenadines because we appreciate their special circumstance. And we appreciate also that they are part of what makes St. Vincent and the Grenadines special.
In his presentation to the debate of the 2020 budget estimates, opposition leader Dr. Godwin Friday says the government simply promises and fails to deliver. Referring to the budget estimates as a big fat lie, Dr. Friday said over the years the government continues to make promises it cannot fulfill due to budgetary constraints. He highlighted issues emanated from the Ministry of Health, which he says prove his point.
Realization department. Took a whole year to get that, almost, before it was repaired. You hear people complaining about not having medicine in the hospital, bandages. You got to carry all your supplies like you're going camping when you go to the hospital. And these are things, Mr. Speaker, that result directly from the government promising certain things, don't have any money, and they're squeezing somewhere else to get it from. And all of this, is happening while we have the pressure to pay back our mounting debt, which is squeezing, limiting the ability of the Minister of Finance to do things. Because between the debt and salaries, where you're basically tied, more than half your revenue gone there.
The opposition leader said that he is concerned that the government is borrowing money to pay loans, a situation which he says is digging the country into a deeper hole.
You pay the debt and you don't have money to do it, then it has to be serviced, it has to be paid. As the minister pointed out, most of these loans are international loans. So where is the funds coming from? And he said that he got a loan from the IDA of $114 million. And from that, a part of it has been used to pay another loan. High interest loan. Why we're borrowing high interest money for development? Another question. We've raised concerns about this in the years. Everybody said we're too cautious. But to borrow money to pay off other debt seems to me, even though the interest rate for the one you're borrowing is less, yes, you're digging a hole to fill a hole, so to speak. Because when you borrow, you're supposed to be investing in productive assets, stuff that will then generate the ability for you to pay back your loan.
The issue of a citizenship by investment program for SVG came up during the estimates debate. Both sides continue to disagree on the issue, with the opposition leader noting that countries in the region with the program are doing much better than SVG, to which the finance minister disagrees.
Differently. This is not the only option that's available. Grenada paid down its sovereign debt. Dominica budgets. Its budget support program is paid for through citizenship by investment in funding. But this government, so proud, man, they're selling passport. Let me suck it to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines one more time. Raise taxes, increase the debt. Yet let the people pay for my pride. But we will give people that option, Mr. Speaker, when the time comes. Yeah.
You look down the list, you see that they paid the Carnival Committee out of CIP money. So your prize money for Carnival was CIP. Not a productive activity. It's nice to have, but we can't do that without selling a passport to a Bulgarian. And then you come down, you see they pay out of CIP money. Blue Waters Hotel, Trade Winds Hotel, Royalton Resort and Spa. They're paying for people to stay in hotels with CIP money. They pay Interestingly, Strafey's funeral home, they paying funeral expenses out of CIP money. A man buy any passport of your country so the government could pay a funeral expense. Mario's car rental. Mario's car rental. There's somebody in Bulgaria with an Antiguan passport now so that Mario's car rental could get paid. Come on. And this is not in any way to disparage anybody's program. Every country has to make its own sovereign decision. I am representing the fact that repeatedly they come in here and say CIP money is used for productive activity, and our point is it is used for recurrent expenditure. And when the bottom falls out, there will be no country to run.
111 youths across SVG have successfully completed a youth assistance program hosted by UNESCO and Marian House. A graduation ceremony was held yesterday for the successful participants who received a set of tools which they can use to become self-employed or use to seek employment. 40 of the participants are from the Rose Hall Marian House Yap Division, 35 from the Kingston Division, and 36 from the Georgetown Division. The graduation ceremony was held under the theme Building Youth Capacities for Sustainability. Giving a brief synopsis of the program, the three coordinators of the different divisions of the Youth Assistance Program, Justin Lamking, Yap Rose Hall, Patricia Fraser, Yap Georgetown, and Sidel Charles, Yap Kingston, said that they are proud of the participants.
Personal development training, where we taught you how to resolve conflict, make decisions, how to plan, how to budget, how to write your resume, how to prepare for the world of work. The second phase, we focus on skills training for 3 months, and the last phase, you did your internship for 3 months. So there were 3 phases. Now, I'm happy to report that in terms of training, we were able to fully train 20 persons out of 30. Out of those 20 persons, 10 received double skills training.
As in all programs, we had our ups and downs. We had persons coming in with bad attitudes and so forth, but I think to the end, they were able to humble themselves, because one of the things we instill in them is that you are not doing it for us. We are trying to help you to develop yourself, so that at the end of the program, you can be gainfully employed somewhere. And your attachment is a major part, because if you go to a place for your attachment and your attitude is good and you show that you're willing to work, persons would call you back.
During the first phase, the numbers reduced to 6 due to various reasons: lack of family support, poor coping skills, delinquency, they just don't want to wake up early, and employment opportunities.
Local representative of UNESCO, Janelle Henry Rose, encouraged the participants to stay focused and not to allow their challenges to stop them from accomplishing their goals.
Who was Walt Disney, those Disney films and so on. He was fired from the newspaper company and said that he's not creative. That is history today. He owns his own empire. Oprah Winfrey, she was sexually abused very early in her childhood. In her adult years, she was fired from the job as a TV anchor and told she wasn't good enough for television. I am sure that each of you can identify with at least one of those well-known persons who I just spoke about. Now, they could have easily given up, but they did not settle for the proverbial saying that when life throws a lemon at you, you have to take that lemon and make lemonade, right?
UNESCO is one of Marian House partners who has been sponsoring the Youth Assistance Program. Henry said that UNESCO is grateful to give young people in SVG the opportunity to empower themselves with new skills.
We were
were really grateful to give you the opportunity to help you along your journey, where you can enhance your job opportunities and empower yourself through the other skills that you have developed over the past year. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we continue to work assiduously, given that it is an international organization, to realize some goals, some international goals. We call them the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, and we're supposed to complete them by 2030, and we're working assiduously to do that. Now, through this program, we're looking at Goal 4, and Goal 4 says that we have to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education to promote lifelong learning. What we realize that learning does not have to take place in the formal setting of the classroom. We have non-formal and we have informal learning. And we realize that the world needs everybody.
In other news, coordinator of the Primary Schools Performing Arts Festival, PRISPAF, Martin Kwashi, continues to express disappointment with the lack of participation of some schools in the festival. Speaking at the launch of this year's festival on Tuesday, Kwashi said yearly these schools continue to come up with excuses for not participating in PRISPAF.
And sometimes when I go around to the school and, reach to the school and the principal come and say that they don't have any item, I don't know if anybody know how I usually feel, given they know the nature of who I am. You don't tell Martin Kwashi you don't have any item in the school. Somebody else. Because every school has talent. Nobody in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, no principal has the right to tell me that there is no item in the school. There are no items in the school. I find that crazy. And sometimes they make lots of excuses. They didn't get the curriculum. Not the curriculum, they didn't get the circular. It's one set of nonsense they usually say. And sometimes, I know I did that already, I say, I'm going to sit right here until you bring at least 3 items for me, and I will never move. And so they go running helter-skelter all over the school and bring 3 items for me. And sometimes they bring 7.
Kwashi said that children are very important to the future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and they deserve to be groomed properly and getting the chance to showcase their talent and encourage teachers, principals, and parents to get their children prepared to be part of PRISPAF.
Is to do your job. And these people are very important. These are the future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And if we do not believe in the future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it makes no sense. We have to make sure that we groom them properly and not just stuff maths and English and social studies in the head. Because a lot of them, I'm telling you, they cannot take those kind of pressure. So when they get something to relieve the brains, then they take part in it. A person might not be academically inclined, but give them an act to do or to sing a song or dance, and they blow everybody. So we cannot hold them down like that and say that we're not participating. This PRISPAF should be compulsory.
The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College will jump into the conversation surrounding the medical use of cannabis tomorrow, Friday, January 24th, as the institution hosts a debate on the topic, the use of medical cannabis is in danger of being another ploy of the pharmaceutical industry. The event, which will be hosted by the College Debating Club, will see participation from students representing the college's Division of Arts, Sciences and General Studies and the Division of Nursing Education. Director of the college, Nigel Scott, said the institution has a clear mandate to prepare their students for the world at large, and the ability to speak clearly and think critically on topical issues is a part of that preparation, and he supports the College Debating Club with Friday's debate. The debate will see a specialized format consisting of a first round team debate, then an individual component where students will address an impromptu topic. The college says the format was tailored to help the judges select the strongest performers who will advance to represent the college in the upcoming Windward Islands debating competition slated for March 5th to the 8th in Dominica. Tomorrow's debate is expected to commence at 1:30 p.m. at the College Villa campus.